Greetings, Divine Reflection! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Idalis. I'm a healer, a psychic, and a purveyor of the stars. On this channel, I love to talk about esoterica, occult wisdom, and give you practical tools to help you along your spiritual journey. Today's video is going to be, of course, about the Andromeda Galaxy, as well as the beings that come from this constellation. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you 8 beautiful starseed traits to know if you are from this galaxy and this star system. So definitely stay tuned all the way through until the end so you don't miss any of this knowledge. I am so excited. I hope you are too. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the video. Okay, so as with all of the 88 recognized constellations within our heavens, Andromeda too has a mythology that's attached to it. So Andromeda was actually a princess of the Phoenician Empire, which were a string of cities that bordered the East African border. And Andromeda actually translates to ruler of men. She is also sometimes referred to as the Chained Maiden due to one famous myth in which she was chained to a rock by her father, who was attacked by a sea monster sent by Poseidon. He sacrificed his daughter to stop Poseidon. This attack was brought on by Andromeda's mother, Cassiopeia, who boasted that she was more beautiful than Poseidon's sea nymphs. But luckily, in the end, Andromeda is saved by her husband, Perseids, who falls in love with her and slays the sea monster with his sword. The constellation of Andromeda borders Cassiopeia, as well as Perseids, Pegasus, Pisces, and Aries. So the constellation of Andromeda contains entire galaxies, okay? Andromeda contains stars that have planets of their own. The biggest galaxy within the Andromeda constellation is known as the Andromeda Galaxy and is also known as Messier 31. Andromeda also contains Messier 32 and Messier 110, which are dwarf galaxies which can contain from tens of thousands of stars up to millions of stars. The constellation of Andromeda is located in the northern hemisphere. Fun fact, Andromeda and the Milky Way are said to collide about 4.5 million years from now, which will create new stars and new star systems. Hopefully we won't be around when that happens. Also, a small meteor shower appears to come from the constellation of Andromeda in the middle of November, and this meteor shower is called the Andromedids. Star systems within the constellation of Andromeda are said to house Lyrans who took refuge at the height of the Draco-Lyran War. To hear more about this war, you can watch the Lyran Starseed video. Also, the origins of the Andromeda race are said to stem from the Avian race. So due to the massive size of Andromeda, there are multiple races that exist within its galaxy. There are a variety of foreign plant life and extraterrestrial life forms that exist on these various stars within the Andromeda constellation. The Andromedans have pastel-colored skin, light blue or light pink, and maybe even pale colored, and their features range from Southeast Asian to Middle Eastern to Caucasian. The Andromedans have long fingers and long toes, as well as large weighted bodies. These are beings of tall, prominent stature. They also have smaller sized heads in comparison to other alien races, and have ears that are smaller as well and tucked behind their skull. There is a large culture of respectability of women in the Andromeda constellation, and women take prominence within this society and are upheld as wise and intelligent creatures, and also have a very alluring energy to them. And generally, the beings of Andromeda possess a wisdom that is timeless. Similar to the Lyrans, Andromedans possess a 12th dimensional frequency and hold the frequency of the angels as well. They're very angelic beings. They also have advanced technologies and are very skilled at healing treatments of the body. Andromedan Starseeds are actually said to be some of the most rare on planet Earth. There are said to be around 800,000 Andromedan Starseeds in all of the planet. This is due to the distance of the Andromeda Galaxy and also the distinction of vibration that this galaxy possesses and the difference in its vibration from our own. In general, the Andromedans are a very loving, supportive race of alien beings, and keep an eye on their star children even across such great distance. You can call upon the Andromedans to ask for guidance and support along your journey and help along your starseed mission. Also, unlike other alien races, other star beings, the Andromedans have less of a significance on the actions or the timeline of the human race here on planet Earth. They have a very hands-off approach from dealings with this planet, right? Whereas other star systems are here to help raise the vibration and fight the war between consciousness and unconsciousness and promote balance and harmony in the universe. The Andromedans, due to their value of free will, have taken a bit of a backseat. Okay, now let's get into the Andromedan starseed traits, of which there are 8. The first one being, you are someone who is drawn to the energy of different cultures. You are interested in not only the food and learning about its history and its people, but you want to be completely immersed in it and find perhaps a spiritual value within this culture. You're someone as well who has a desire or had the desire to venture out of their childhood home and venture out into the world. You may have a longing to travel great distances and discover new things and go on new adventures. You might also be drawn to the idea of living a nomadic lifestyle. Okay, starseed trait number 2 is that you are someone who has a really philosophical mind. You love to study new things. You could be interested in studying physics and the laws of nature. You could also be a physician and someone who is naturally gifted at various healing modalities and techniques of healing the body. And you're someone as well who requires a lot of freedom within their work. And you may be a freelancer. Starseed trait number 3. You are not only an old soul, but you are an infinite, timeless being, okay? And you are not only a loner, you are a rare and beautiful gem who has come here for a very specified reason. Because of this, it has caused you to perhaps exist on the outskirts of society and the outside norm. The energy that you embody and that you have brought onto this planet is one that's not commonly accepted by our larger culture scape. The more rare something is, the more beautiful it's going to be. And also the least understood it's going to be. Learning to embrace this is going to be a part of your journey. And that brings me to my 4th Andromedan starseed trait, which is that you have to let go of the fear of speaking up or shining too bright. Because of the largeness of your presence, you may have felt fear that perhaps your mind was too broad or your energy was too much for other people. And learning to embrace the fact that your presence takes up an entire room, right? And that your thoughts have the capacity to shift the mindsets of many. Learning to embrace this fact and not be held back in fear from that power that you possess is going to be really beneficial to not only yourself and growing and evolving as an individual, but also to others, right? When you embody yourself fully, it allows other people to step into their most embodied version of themselves too, right? So that is my 4th starseed trait / tip for you. Number 5 is that you are someone who might consider themselves to be an introverted person. You enjoy your own company and you find peace in your own solitude. And as well, you enjoy the creative spark that comes from silence, that comes from the exploration of your own mental space. Number 6 is that your head is not just in the clouds, but it exists in space and galaxies that are beyond this one. You have an unwarranted belief in whatever it is that you set your mind to because you are keenly tapped in and tuned on to your cosmic connection. Even if you haven't used those specific words for it, your sense of connection has always been there. Which brings me to my 7th starseed trait, which is that your deep sense of attunement and intuitive sense allows you to be very connected with the spirits of nature and the natural world. You might be someone who can talk to plants. You are a tree hugger in the most literal sense. You also might be able to speak to animals, right? And are very connected to perhaps the idea of totem animals and seeing animals as messages. You are also very gifted at path work, working with nature and the elements, and light work as well. You have a very strong connection to your ability to utilize the light that exists within you and your own energy field to shift your reality and the world around you. You are an earth angel in the most literal sense. And number 8, you have a very magnetic presence. You are able to magnetize the right opportunities, the right people. You seem to always find your footing and seem to always be in the right place at the right time. Things fall in line for you because of your, again, connection. You are able to move through this embodied spirit that you possess. And because of this, opportunities, blessings seem to fall in your lap, my darling. That was our 8th and final starseed trait. I hope that all of them resonated with you. If not, I have a whole playlist of starseed videos that you can check out right now. And now you know a little more about the Andromeda frequency. I hope the vibes were high and that you have received everything you were meant to. I love you so much. If you would like a personal in-depth session with me, links for that are in the bio. Mwah! See you next week for a brand new video.